everybody, and welcome to Week 15 of the high school football season here on Mirror TV. I'm your host, Scott Franco, here on the YouTube channel, joined again by our all-everything high school football writer, Mike Boydham, and we are down to the nitty-gritty here, the semifinals. We got 3 games, one a Blair County team and 2 teams on the outskirts. But before we talk about those 3 games, Mike and I want to talk about the games that are coming to local areas here at Mansion Park and the Holliesburg's Tiger Stadium. Mike, tell everybody about those games that are going to be here this weekend.
Yeah, if you want to just catch some games and you don't want to drive far, maybe your team's already been eliminated, there's on Friday, there's going to be 2 games here. Over at Mansion Park is the 5A semifinals between Gateway and Archbishop Wood. Both those teams have played Holliesburg.
The last 2 years, Holliesburg was eliminated by Archbishop Wood, and the year before that, they were eliminated by Gateway. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then over in Hollidaysburg, Thomas Jefferson's going to be playing Lampeter Strasburg in the 4A semifinal. Both those games are at 1 o'clock on Friday. So you can check those out on Friday, and then Saturday at 1 o'clock over back at Mansion, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, who just edged out State College last week, is going to be playing St. Joe's in a 6A semifinal.
And then all 3 games are 1 o'clock.
Yep, all 1 o'clock.
So. Evidently, the PIAA doesn't want anybody playing nighttime football, but we could do an entire show on that, but we're going to stay away from that. Our first game we are going to look at briefly here is a 3A semifinal at Moon Township High School. This game is Friday night.
Yep.
Bald Eagle area versus Central Valley. And Mike, what can you tell us about this game?
Well, Central Valley's coming off a bye. They had a bye in the
state
playoffs. They're the Whitfield champion. The game is in Moon Township, so not very far for them to travel. Bald Eagle area coming off a thrilling 21-20 win last week where they blocked an extra point, which turned out to be the difference. Gage McClellan been really stepping it up, and you know what? Jaden Jones, give him credit last week. He avoided the big turnovers which cost them last year against Sharon, and it's nice to see Bald Eagle get this run because they have some really good seniors, and maybe they'll have to rebuild a little bit next year, but it's nice to see them have this nice run here for these seniors.
And what impressed me real quick before we do the next thing about Bald Eagle, everybody knows that Jaden Jones is their quarterback and that's the main card, and yet he still succeeds. And that just shows you if they could run the ball with a little bit more success, think how much more that could help him in the passing game. We'll see what's going to happen. Our next game, Laurel Highlands team, District 6 also, 2A state semifinal, Richland versus Southern Columbia. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, the game's in Selinsgrove, and Richland's had a great season, but Southern Columbia is a different animal.
They're a juggernaut, right?
This is the team that wins state championship after state championship. Richland knocked off Bishop McDevitt last week to get a step further than last year, and it was a nice win. Kellen Stahl has been really impressive. Caleb Burke is a Division I wide receiver. Just a great season for Richland, but this is going to be a really tall task.
And Richland's 13-0, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing you'd be 13-0 and be an underdog, but I'm rooting for Richland. And then our last game is the big game, why we have the BG Cup out here, though we would love to have a BG helmet, but we're not going to complain too much. I will. BG Lackawanna Trail, state single A semifinal. The winner is going to get the winner of
Farrell and Claire.
Yeah, good luck with that one. But anyways, Mike, what can you tell us about this game, BG Lackawanna?
Real quick, before you just pass it up, Farrell is the team that BG beat in 2016,
okay.
And Clairton's the team that they beat in 2015 and 2014.
So now they're going to have revenge on their mind if BG wins.
Well, BG has a really good shot in this game, I think. Lackawanna Trail runs the ball a lot. They have a big bruising running back / fullback, and he did very well against Juniata Valley last year. But I'm telling you, they don't throw the ball a lot, and that's where you can get BG, in my opinion. When Juniata Valley moved the ball in the district championship, it was through the air. They struggled to run the ball at all, and they have a 1,000-yard back themselves, but they couldn't run the ball against BG. And I feel like if BG can contain this guy, and get a couple scores, maybe a defensive score or something like that, they can win a low-scoring game
So they get up on them early, so that way force them to throw, which they can't do.
And they did get Connor Keseywetter back at quarterback last week, and he's not going to throw for 300 yards or anything like that, but he makes some big plays. He threw a 9-yard touchdown pass to Andrew Yanishak on the first series of the district championship, and that kind of caught Union Valley off guard because BG hasn't passed the ball much this year. But they also had a couple key first down passes to Sam Homan, and that's big for them if they can move the ball with a couple 13-yard passes here and there to break up the Keegan Myrick runs, because he's still dealing with that patella injury.
Yeah, and again, I can't say enough. I said about it last week how good BG's offensive line has played. And I know we were scrambling here to try to find all the names. I know Brady Bithel's on that line. I know Anthony Evers on that line. And I'll try to get the guy's name right. Is it Tyler?
Tyler Carnegie.
Tyler Carnegie. There's 3 kids, and I apologize if we're forgetting anybody else. But the line coaches, I think Pat Leamer is one of the line coaches over BG. I mean, they just do an exceptional job there. I mean, you can't have guys run the way they run unless you're having good play at the offensive line. And we said that game is at
Danville. And that's where the game was last year, which means that you would believe that the game this year would be closer to a District 6 site, but Coach Wheeler was a little disappointed when he found out that the game was that far away and that it was 1 o'clock on Friday, because a lot of his staff are not teachers, so they're taking a day off work, and some of the fans can't go to the game that want to go to the game.
Because they're working.
But I'll say this, to the people that can't come to the game, make sure you get the Mirror on Saturday to read all the great coverage, because we'll have a ton of good information for you. It's just very frustrating for Coach Wheeler because they haven't been to this point in a couple of years, and the team is excited. They want to play in front of their fans.
And I had heard rumors that it was offered to a District 6 area, anybody in District 6, and I can't confirm it, it's just a rumor, and nobody in District 6 wanted to host it. Because I kept thinking this game could have been in Bald Eagle area or Bellefonte. I mean, State College couldn't have hosted it. But somewhere out in that area, Central Mountain is District 6, I believe. But I don't know if their field would have been in good enough shape. But you have to also have people that want to work it. And if they don't want to work it, I don't think you can force people. But it's a shame that BG has to go. I got to think Lackawanna Trail's probably closer to Danville than BG is. But anyways, we'll be rooting for the Marauders. Next week, either we will have a show or we won't have a show.
Yeah.
So we don't know. But we are already saying for next year we want helmets. I don't know about Mike. I want helmets. I want helmets brought to the paper or brought to me or brought to Mike. And hopefully next year we will have a bigger set and we can put helmets on.
Maybe you can get those little NFL helmets that you used to have and stick a little school logo
I do.
on.
I'm one of those grown-up 54-year-old kids at my desk right now. We'll have to film it. I have all 32 NFL helmets on my desk in order of their divisions. I know I'm getting an eye from Director Pat Waxmansky about that. He's rolling his eyes. But anyways, before we leave here, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. For Mike Boyden, for Pat Waxmansky, who's been our director for a lot this year. I'm Scott Franco. Thanks for tuning in to Mirror TV, and hopefully we will see you next week.